Yo, guys. So I know in game they're not already there, but on the Soccer Spirit forums, they added the August 17 update details. So, first of all, I only care about the very bottom line. And I said, woo woo, to the Alice match being implemented. Now, irrelevant of that, for those of you who are not that interested in her, I don't know who that would be, but imagining you're not, I will now tell you about the other events. So again, I'll put the link in the description, and they're always posted here earlier on the forum, so it's just nice to get them in advance. Again, shout out to Delarios for always posting them early. So let's get started. They've transferred the two remaining Japanese characters, but they did change some of their skills. So if you're looking for a copy paste, it wasn't the case. What I'm talking about, I'm actually only talking about Karalove. The other one got the same skills. So let's start talking about them. Ace, increased attack power and hype of Andor player. Very standard shot. Crit rate, crit damage 50%. Increased attack power 60. Crit rate 50 with a shot. Penetration 15 and crit damage 15. For someone who's evolved, that's just really sad. I mean, that's pathetic. Even Hero can outrank that completely. I don't know why you would use her. Maybe with Extreme Evolution, they will really buff her, but this is just bad. And she does have a really cool art, but I have to question, why is someone using knives in a soccer match? Maybe that's why all she can do is crit. And even that, she's not that great. Now, this is the only new player I would say, or even EE, that has actual value. They did try to copy a Beth-like approach to her skills, so it's not bad, but she has a high gamble element. So, attack power and hype of Thunder players, it seems they like making that ace. Forward pass recovers action bar 30%, increase receiving pass effect 30%, crit rate 20%. That's kind of nice. Increase reflex of allies 20% for 7 minutes with a 50% chance of an action accumulating up to 3 times. Man, that was one long skill name. So that just means is there's a chance that she's going to be buffing the reflex 60%, who's something that only Beth currently is able to do, but will require that she does approximately 6 actions for it to fully function. So that's kind of a lot when you think about it, and it kind of makes her really a gamble to use. But I'm guessing for Thunder teams who are lacking crit or reflex, this could be cool. Now, increase the allied team critical rate by 20% for 7 minutes with a 50% chance of a pass. So if she uses her active, not only is she giving that buff, but there's even a chance she gives 20% crit rate. Except 20% crit rate, that's really low. I don't know about you guys, but for me, that means nothing. I'm running a Vanchi, I'm in the 280s, 320s, and 20, just sad. I don't know. I mean, you can get people like Shura, you can get people like Elaine, they'll give you more and some greater buffs who are not chance rated. Dead or Alive. This is actually the really cool skill in my eyes, but again, it's a gamble skill. Decrease incoming damage by 70%. This means you could gamble your way and put her center mid. I'm not going to actually do that if I had her, but it's really up to you, and if you don't have a center mid, you could temporarily use her there. She's a highly gamble player based on action, so I would feed her a lot of speed. And something with a Cynthia to decrease the speed of others, some actives that decrease speed or increase speed would really work well with her. So I'm actually going to say she's pretty decent if you know how to set her up, and this is really bad. Now, we got 2 EEs. Again, this is basically sad. Increase critical rate by 30% for 10 minutes with a pass, accumulates 3 times, increase critical rate by 30%, and action speed by 15% when being attacked or with a pass. So it just means it's going to stack a lot, but she's not a striker, so having a plus 90 crit rate doesn't make a difference whatsoever. The speed's actually kind of cool, but that's basically where it stops, knowing she was already underrated with low base stat, low reflex, and some very basic skills. I only like her because she has a skill that gives some defense to all the team. Now, Freya is even more insulting in my eyes. All they did was they took a skill that has a 10% the counterattack resistance, who's actually a nice thing, that stacked 4 times, and they made it 15%, and they made it stack 3 times. So in truth, it takes 1 time less to stack and they gain 5%. For an extreme evolution, that's just bad. Now, I just want to point out that art is actually really chill, but the censorship here just makes it sad. Now, the skins that I know a lot of you want are here. They are to be paid. None of them seem to be a special skin, so they won't be 50 dimensions, so and 500 crystal. And one cool thing is, the Char skin is event skin, meaning there's going to be an event scout where there's a 5 to 6 star player. So for a lot of you who are trying to dose your strength, go in the current minion matches, get the leader, get at least one copy of the boss, ideally get the 6-star penguins, and then already start saving some strength for this, because they're actually very expensive. It's around 1,500 strength divided by 2, so around 3,000 strength to get that skin. And there's also a 5 to 6 star player, there's a Beelzebub, there's just a lot of cool stuff. So I would say start saving. This is what it means. Now, on the draw level, I'm going to say they're actually pretty cool. I like now that both legendaries are of the same element, because this just lets you know what you're going to be aiming towards. So, looking at the players, I'm going to say none of them in the 5-star are really worth drawing for. You can scout them unless you're just really close to the end of your team. I'm not a fan of Kyoka. Cynthia is really good for Thunder teams. Lin Mei for Wormwind, but can be used in Rainbow. No, just no, as you saw when I draw him. Roland now is actually becoming more valuable if you can use him. Plus, with the rise of Andor strikers, he's becoming nicer, but it's really better in a mono dark backline. Now, Balteon and Celestia. So Balteon is, both of them are actually great Rainbow Legends. Balteon is the best passer in game. With 7-star, he can completely outshine any passer in Pass Effect, because every single one of his skill has Pass Effect inside. So maybe he lost 40% on the active, but it didn't mean anything to the guy, because the 7-star basically gave him back all that Pass Effect. So I would really say he is epic. I run him. You can see some gameplay. Now, Celestia is basically the other side of the dark center mid. She's also really great, but she's more going to be useful in very late endgame fights because she paralyzes people who attack her. Now, I'm going to say both of them are great for rainbow teams or dark teams or even dual teams. So if you want to draw that week, there's nothing wrong with it, irrelevant of your element, unless you're trying to run something mono. Now, on the following week is the week of Andor. So we have Kevin, who is actually very nice. We have the new Thunder player. Now, knowing that she can't be obtained any other way, I would say go do it this week if you got a Mono Thunder team. If you don't have Mono Thunder, I wouldn't advise it as much. Magnus is also nice. Kay is nice. Lindbergh's nice. I mean, they're all pretty decent on the draw level. But again, all of them can be scouted except Kashilov. Kashilov? I have no idea how you pronounce that. They keep... Okay, I'm going to call her Z077. Now we got Shu, a.k.a. the worst legend. I honestly will feel bad for whoever draws this week and ends with Shu. And then we have Jiho, who has, I find, the most broken ace in game because he can actually increase the effect of all the line buffs or team buffs from his ace. Meaning, if you're one of those teams with 1,000 buffs, that is OP. Thing is, I'm actually one of those teams with 1,000 affection chains, so he's kind of useless to me. But he has some great skills too. He's just really nice. If I was Andor, I would really push to doing it this week. Even in a rainbow, he's also very good. But again, he's great on a chain level and when he's an ace. So you got to know that you want to have some DR somewhere else. Now, the most important, and I can't insist enough on that, the most important feature of this patch, Super Boss Alice is in! Yes, if anyone has seen me on the forum, I've been asking for that one for a very, very, very long time. Now they're saying that the difficulty has been increased, so I might be 7-starring 2 more players in my team just to beat it. And I will spend all my crystals until I have her Transcendence 30. But that's just me. So basically, the details will be announced on a separate note. I always hate when they say that. The difficulty has been increased. I just want to point out that barely anyone was able to beat it before without using Infinity Milky. But hey, let's just make it harder, just to be sure these guys really deserve her. Boss match Fontes has been added. Yeah, he's junk. I'm sorry to say, but he's junk. He's in a bunch of cool links, and it's not that easy to get dimension stones from using his own links. But that's basically where he stops. Crowell Light will become a classic star. Okay, he's just that bad. I wouldn't even mention it in patch notes. Weekend match will be opened Friday to Sunday. Oh, that's actually really cool. All elements are droppable. I'm guessing, when you get that legend on a draw, you want to evo him and you realize you're missing an element. That could be nice. Oh yeah, like they've said, they've added some dialogues. I know on the forum, I think it was Xitile that wanted them. There's a lot of people who are asking for this, so it's kind of cool. Okay, I just don't care about the image. Description. Seriously, changing the descriptions, that's patch note worthy. 6-star penguins have been added to the daily special box. Oh, actually, that's cool because it was used just 3 stars. Unique Spirit Stone have been acquired by 5. 4 stars have been maintained. The power-up status will have the option readjusted. The modification applies to unique stone that were made after the star update. Spirit Stone that changes option more than one time will be excluded from the modification. I'm trying to understand what this means. Oh, they're just saying if you were really lucky and there was a bug, they're actually just going to remove this for you. So that's kind of mean. Because there used to be a bug at the beginning that when you combined the 4 stars, the 5-star, the unique star, whatever you were getting out of it was coming directly plus 15. So this is kind of what they're saying. They're going back and they're destroying what happened to everyone. Well, that's kind of mean. Gorilla match have been changed. The difficulties have been lowered. Well, that's kind of bad. You can get 6-star penguins. Oh, actually, I'm interested in that. And the strength for elemental match has been lowered. The rate of elemental gold. So that means I'm not just going to be stacking the 5-star ones. That's kind of nice. Error, don't care. Don't care. Really don't see why we care. These are not errors. They're just different. Yeah, I basically don't have any complaints about this patch. I just want to point out what's important here is Alice match for a lot of users, Jiho chance, and the fact that there's actually an event scout coming up. So I'm slowly starting to post some videos. I'm trying to think of a few topics, but I know that you guys like when this one comes out fast. Have a good day, guys.